Cars are still going in and out, and there doesn't seem to be an increased security presence. But according to Second Lieutenant Matt Strom, the public affairs officer with CFB Cold Lake, he says that they are taking precautionary measures. With the hotel and the new McDonald's restaurant slated to open by next week, the mayor believes this is only the beginning for development in the town of Bonnyville. Regardless of the loss for the Montreal Canadiens, the community showed the Bourque family exactly how proud they are of their hometown hero. Judges had to choose from 24 different chilies this year. The winner this time, return champion, Lakeland Credit Union. I agree, it's pretty good. Among the aircraft performing, there will be a very unique act, which is called the Jelly Belly. This stunt plane will do a bunch of twists and turns in the sky, but when it lands, it's not going to be on the ground. Officials say to protect the vulnerable from the measles, even if you had the shot when you were younger, you may need to get a second dose, which happens to be my case. These cement blocks that make up the house are 10 inches thick. That not only helps make the house structurally sound, it also keeps the house cool in the summertime and warm in the winter. Red spray-painted messages and smashed-in windows replaced Cold Lake's only mosque entrance. A shocking sight to many in the area, but board member Mahmoud Al-Khadri says he wasn't angry when he saw it, and instead is hopeful it isn't a targeted incident.
For now, right now, we'll say it's just a random act that happened. You know, maybe just a drunk person at nighttime, and he has nothing better to do than doing this. And, you know, it's the feeling is, you know, when you kind of come in the morning for a peaceful prayer and find this, it's hard.
We're not all like this, right?
As the morning went on, it was evident to see that Cold Lake residents wanted to show their support, putting posters up saying, "Love thy neighbor," and "You are home," stating that the Muslim community is indeed welcome in the city.
It's sad, right? Because, I mean, these guys are peaceful, and I think it's important for the community to show them that we know the difference between extremists and religion, right?
I'm angered and hurt that someone would do something like this. This is Canada, the home of the free, and we're free to worship, and I'm just appalled by it.
And local politicians echo these thoughts.
Cold Lakers are so disheartened by this action, and this does not represent Cold Lake at all. And so the community is going to rally around it. I think it's fantastic that people are so quickly have gotten behind them. I was standing there on Main Street with and ladies were in tears, and so it's people are very upset.
It's not accepted in our community, and at the end of the day, we will continue to work with the Muslim community and all other faiths that come to our area to help them integrate and continue to be important parts of our society.
We stand on guard for thee.
But in between the hate, a ray of hope. Within a matter of hours, the whole community came together and helped get rid of the memory of the act. If you have any information regarding the incident, please call the Cold Lake RCMP at 780-594-3302. In Cold Lake, Fraser Snowden, New Cap News.
Kill Bill 10! Kill Bill 10!
As the countdown started to flip the switch for the extravagant display, protesters against the controversial bill drowned out the festivities.
GSA save lives! GSA save lives!
The Premier has since put the bill on hold.
We're here today to advocate for the principles of 202 and the right of kids to form a gay straight alliance if they want it in a school, and for school boards not to ban them. It's a small victory. I mean, they didn't do the consultation on this bill that they should have in the first place.
I could support those students by adding to the Education Act policy.
Bill 202 was the original bill introduced by Liberal MLA Lori Blakeman. Her proposed version would have mandated all schools to have to form GSA assemblies. Blakeman says now that Bill 10 is on hold, people have to let their voices be heard.
It's really important that people speak to their MLAs, call them on the phone or write to them. That's a story about their lives or how they've experienced bullying or how they wanted to start a GSA or how they would have been helpful when they were younger.
The interruption of the lights wasn't welcomed by everyone, as it is an annual event that families bring their children to.
I definitely wish that they would have protested somewhere else. Christmas lights display has nothing to do with what they were protesting, and I think it just really took the joy away from all of the families.
Opposition groups of the bill say they are afraid if it is approved, it could push GSA groups off school grounds. In Edmonton, Fraser Snowden, Newcap News. The skies of Cold Lake were alive as the fighter jets left their home base of Fort Wayne to make the trip to the Middle East. The CF-18 Hornets will be joined by 80 members from Cold Lake, 600 personnel in total.
A mission that seeks to degrade the so-called Islamic State of Iraq and Levant, ISIL, a terrorist group that poses a threat to local, regional, and international peace and stability.
The mission is set to last 6 months, and even though there are also threats at home, along with across the ocean, Minister Nicholson has faith in our forces.
And I am confident that they are ready to take on the complexities and challenges presented by this mission.
Officials have been very careful with divulging information about soldiers and personnel taking part in the mission. Colonel Eric Kenny says there is a very good reason for these protective measures.
We're very sensitive to discussing names of members that are deploying. We want to also make sure that we're keeping the family members out of the media so that they feel that they have the protection that they need from a threat that could very well be here in Canada.
And Colonel Kenny is proud the troops are coming from his base.
It fills me with great pride to be able to see our members depart to accomplish a mission that the Government of Canada has asked us to achieve.
Support staff for the fighter jets will be in Kuwait by the end of the month. In Cold Lake, Fraser Snowden, Newcap News. This 1,000-pound bomb shook the ground and filled the air with black smoke.
It has 435 pounds of explosive in it and has a massive fragmentation and blast effect.
And it's just one of many that the explosive disposal flight team deal with in their job. Operation Taz Tornado allows these brave men and women to practice taking apart bombs.
To enable the operators to dismantle armed ordnance to make it to the area to the state that it can be moved to a location where it's less harmful to the environment.
30 seconds.
The team took apart the bomb and carefully placed the C4 into the fuse to detonate it safely. We were pushed back more than a kilometer away for this exercise. The ground-shaking shockwave took a few seconds to reach us in this demonstration. Dismantling a bomb can take anywhere from 90 minutes to several days, and at times being completed from afar. Master Warrant Officer Daniel Thibodeau says their EDF specialists have been all over to help with potentially dangerous situations.
We have participants here that have been overseas and gone to different operations to support the either Afghanistan or other operations.
It's a risky job as every scenario is different, but Thibodeau says he still loves it.
It's very fun, yes. It's quite the feeling to have a massive explosion and you feel and hear the shock wave through, and and the effect it makes.
In Cold Lake, Fraser Snowden, Newcap News.